All right. So money flows where energy goes, and I know you guys have heard me say this before. And when I brought it up before, I'm more so talking about giving your energy to other people and always being the yes man or the yes woman, the people pleaser, doing for others but never doing for yourself. And that is true. But there's also more to that phrase, money flows where energy goes. And in this video, I want to talk to you guys about what you may be doing that's keeping you from getting the results that you want in your business venture or in any goal that you have for yourself. So make sure you guys subscribe if you have not already. Money flows where energy goes. A lot of times we have our hands in way too many baskets. You are trying to be the jack of all trades and nothing is getting done. You have about 20 business ideas and you're trying to work on every single idea, but because you're spreading yourself too thin, you're giving your energy to all of these different business ideas, nothing is flowing. Nothing is flowing. It is so much easier to build one thing than to build 100 things, okay? I want you to pick your top one most favorite idea. If you guys have been watching for a while, I actually have two businesses. I have an OnlyFans business and I have my online coaching business. But I did not start with both. I started with my OnlyFans business. And I started my OnlyFans business back in 2020. So I've been doing OnlyFans now for 6 years. It wasn't until 2025, so last year, almost a year and a half now, where I launched my online coaching business, okay? You have to pick one thing and one thing only. And that one thing that you choose, you have to stick with it. Something else, and I used to be guilty of this too, okay? Just know in any of my videos that I talk, or any of these videos that I make, you guys, I'm also talking to my younger self, okay? A lot of the topics that we discuss are things that I struggled with as well, so I get it. You may have one really good idea, you try it for a few weeks, and then you're like, I'm gonna go ahead and switch it, right? You can't keep doing that because all you're doing is wasting time. Now, I do believe that you're not really gonna know if you like something until you try it, right? Like you might see something on a menu at a restaurant that sounds really, really, really good, and then you get it, you taste it, and you're like, this is nasty. So I'm all for trying different things. But once you've tried multiple things and you have landed on the one thing that you are most excited about, you have to stick with it. And the reason why we struggle with not sticking with it is because it's no longer exciting. So that whole phase of trying to find your new business idea, researching, coming up with different colors. Some of y'all love to, do branding, colors. I feel like all that's a waste of time. But you love that part. You love to make ebooks. That's so much fun to you. You love to come up with cute little username ats for your Instagram and your TikToks. You love that part. That part is so fun to you. That's where you get your dopamine rush. But the hard part for you is the sticking with it every single day for years upon years upon years. And you haven't done it because there's no excitement there. There's no thrill. And I'm here to tell you that excitement, that dopamine hit that you're looking for, it's going to die down. You're not always going to be thrilled and excited about your business. Now, you're not going to be miserable in your business. You're not going to hate your business, but it's not always going to be exciting, okay? But you have to keep going, and you can't switch it up because every time you switch it up, the only thing you're doing is creating that dopamine rush for a few weeks, telling people about it, getting all excited about it, but you're just wasting time because you never follow through with it. You guys, I had business idea upon business idea upon business idea before I got into OnlyFans, okay? I had a 9-to-5 that I absolutely hated, you guys, and I would say I was there for 6 years, and I would say after like year 2, I was like, okay, this working shit ain't gonna cut it. I ain't trying to be working till the day I'm 70, working a 9-to-5. Like, we got to figure something out, right? And so I tried so many different things. I went back to school. I already had a bachelor's degree, but I went back to school to try to do nursing because I was like, I could be like a BSN, and then I could get like my master's in nursing, be a nurse practitioner, and own my own practice. It was always like, the goal was to always own something, right? That was the goal of all these endeavors that I had. But then I realized I didn't really want to be back in school, so that was a bust. Then I was like, okay, well, maybe I could get my IT certification, I forgot what I was trying to study. I think they was trying to do like the CompTIA for like cybersecurity. I was like, okay, I could get that. I could work in the cybersecurity field for like a year and then own my own type of firm. But then same problem. I didn't really want to be back in school. Then I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll go to law school, and then I'll do law school for a few years, and then I'll own my own law firm. But again, ran into the same problem. I didn't want to be in school. And at the time, I didn't realize that was the problem. I just didn't want to be back in school. I just kept hitting a dead end because I couldn't stick with it. But the problem was still the same. The problem was I had no interest in going back to school. Then when I finally did realize that I'm just no longer a school person, I don't want to do that anymore, I was like, all right, I can start a clothing line. So I launched a lingerie brand, right? Did that for a few weeks. I even had a model. I even paid a photographer to take her pictures and the different lingerie sets that I had to sell them. But I didn't know too much about marketing. And so I got like 2 people to order, right? But I couldn't get more people to order. So then I was like, okay, I'll just do something else. Then I was like, okay, I'll launch a hair business. I was going to sell bundles. I already had the vendor. Like, I had all these ideas and I was getting stuff done, but it always hit a bump in the road because I never took the time to figure out how to fix the problem I kept running into, which was I didn't know how to stick with something. I also was a real estate agent. I went and got my real estate license. I went and got under a firm, a brokerage. I even was doing door knocking. I didn't know anything about social media back then, so I wasn't trying to build my brand through Instagram or anything. I was door knocking. I was hosting open houses. I even had people call me for listing appointments. But I never got my first listing. And then if you don't know, being a real estate agent is very expensive and I just ran out of money. But the point that I'm making is I had to quit that. So the point I was making is I had so many different business ideas, right, over the course of like 4 years before I landed on OnlyFans. And nothing stuck. Nothing was able to make money because I kept giving up on it. And it was like, if I had just kept going, I know I could have made something shake, but I didn't have the discipline that I have now to see it through even when it gets boring. I was addicted to the rush of trying something new, telling people about these different ideas that I had. When I told people I wanted to go to law school, I was so excited about that idea. When I got my real estate license, I was so excited. I was a realtor. I was like, yes, I was so excited about telling people about those things. That was my dopamine rush, telling people about my new business ideas. But I never stuck with it, so then nothing ever flourished. You're probably running into that same problem. There's something in the business planning portion that is so exciting to you. And that's why you hop from idea to idea. But because you lack discipline, you don't make any money doing it. And you end up just wasting time. I wasted 4 years bouncing from one idea to the next, right? And I don't regret it. You can only use the tools that you have in your toolbox at the time, right? But I'm here to tell you in this video so you can add new tools to your toolbox that you lack discipline. The business idea, once you land on it, you have to stick with it. And you can't have 20 different ideas. You have to focus on one. So if you're in between 2, pick one, draw it out the hat. And then that's the one that you got to lock in with. And you have to make a promise to yourself that no matter how boring it may get, you're going to see it through. Because I promise you, if you bounce to the new shiny object, you're still going to run into the same problem that you had in the first business idea. You either have a marketing problem, you either have a consistency problem, you either have a I don't know how to operate social media problem, which still falls into marketing. You may have a lack of money problem. There's a problem that you have, which is why you no longer are interested in doing the business and you want to hop to something else, failing to realize no matter what you hop to, you're still going to run into the same issue. You're still going to run into the same issue. So pick one idea and become an expert at that one thing, not 10 things. A jack of all trades is an expert at none. Pick one. You don't need 10 different streams of income. You choose one idea, you create one stream of income, and then when that one stream of income is flourishing, then you can choose something else within that umbrella to create another stream of income, but within that umbrella. So for instance, with my OnlyFans, I have 2 OnlyFans pages. I have a free page and a paid page. So my free page, I sell a whole bunch of locked messages on there, customs and things like that. And then I have a paid page, which is a paid subscription page. But I also sell promotion. So other women pay me to be promoted on my OnlyFans because I have so many fans on there, right? So that's another stream of income all under that OnlyFans umbrella. Another stream of income under that OnlyFans umbrella is I sell merchandise, right? So there's just I sell like physical products. So there's so many different things that I sell to make money under that umbrella of OnlyFans, right? Same with my online coaching. I have this YouTube channel. I have Glow Up Academy. I have the Patreon. So there's so many things under the umbrella that are different streams of income, but it's not all over the place. Like I'm not also a chef. I'm not also a hair technician. I don't also do nails, right? So you have to pick one thing and you got to stick with it. And yes, it's going to get boring. It's not going to be exciting every day. I love what I do, but I'm not always excited, if that makes sense. Like I don't dread it. I'm never like, oh, let me do this shit, right? Like I truly love what I do, but there's not a thrill every day. It's just calm. It's peaceful. It's still. That's normal. And it's going to be more days like that than not. You're going to hit milestones. When you hit your first 100 YouTube subscribers, that's going to be exciting, right? When you make your first sale, that's going to be exciting. When your first video goes viral, that's going to be exciting. Like you're going to have milestones throughout the process, but most days are going to be boring. It's going to be calm. It's going to be cool. It's going to be collected, but you still have to keep going, all right? Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you guys join the Patreon if you haven't already. The link is down below in my description. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.